Alrighty guys, we're going to go ahead and get the show on the road. Welcome back to another video right here on my Twitch live streaming channel, DZPalomino. If you guys watch me on Twitch, this is pretty much the early access before it becomes available as a rerun on my YouTube channel. If you guys watch me on YouTube, welcome to the rerun, where for the very first playlist episode, we are going to be putting the P-26A P-Shooter to the test. Also, this being the very first playlist episode, folks, we are going to be playing Wings of Heroes, which you can play for free on the Google Play Store. All right, pretty interested, very interested in where this is going to take us, fellas. As far as the game Wings of Heroes, pretty much we're going to be tackling World War II era fighter planes, and we're going to put it to the test. And with that being said, folks, for this very first play of this episode, the P-26, pretty much by the time the United States got into the war by 1941, the 26A really wasn't there. There were like newer models of the airplanes, such as the P-36 and then the P-40s, and then you got like the P-51s, which probably was the most famous model available during the time of World War II. So more or less, you could say that 26 is, give or take, pre-World War II era of fighter craft, and pretty much, yeah, you know, with newer models, I don't think it was really out there. Stand corrected if the history says otherwise, as far as this aircraft being utilized during the time of World War II. But I don't want to say too much else, folks. I want to go ahead and jump right into it. Now, one thing I will say, fellas, the way that this game is laid out, or pretty much is designed, when we put the this fighter craft to the test, in the event that this aircraft that we test gets shot down, there are other aircraft that we'll be utilizing as backup, which we have other aircraft from the British. That's the Hawker Fury Mark II, and the Russians Polikarov I-15. I won't get too much into it, but pretty much I try to focus as much as I can, as close as I can, as far as any aircraft that were available, particularly in World War II. So a bit of a challenge going into the very first playlist episode for this entire Wings of Heroes series, fellas, on the DZPalomino network, but we're going to work with what we can and see where it's going to take us. So with that being said, folks, if you guys want to support, you can support at the bottom of your screen, Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal, or you can utilize the sponsor at the top of the screen, the Ember app, which you can download on your smartphone. With the invitation code, that code will give you a boost in mining Satoshi, mine Bitcoin 24/7, 365, play, win, earn, and we can be virtual Bitcoin mining business partners. Alrighty, folks. Now, to put for this episode, folks, to put the P-26 to the full test, we're going to be doing give or take a couple rounds and 3-on-3 dogfighting, team dog, and then another 2 on team dogfighting. 2 rounds on Domination, and then another 2 rounds on Domination Ace, and let's see where this takes us, fellas. All right, with that being said, let's go ahead and be quiet, and let's get the show on the road, fellas. The P-26. All right, let's go. Already taking a hit and shot down. Ooh. Okay, back up. victory. Now, for those of you folks that's been following the entire DZPalomino network, particularly in the dogfighting from the very start, fellas, pretty much besides this one, you have the World War I era where we're tackling the game of Red Wings, and then you have Metal Storm, which is Cold War era fighter jets. Between all these three games, fellas, at least with Metal Storm, I could utilize the terrain to my advantage for full cover. Wings of, or what is it, Red Wings, I could use the clouds as cover. This one right here, Wings of Heroes, not a whole lot of cover that you can utilize. Okay, target on sight. No, he's got me head on. Oh boy. Got one on my tail. Okay. See the radar? Oh boy. Oh. Oh boy, this is a sucky model. Let's see where this goes. Oh my goodness. One of the planes that was tailing me actually crashed. That is actually a new strategy that I haven't seen. A new strategy for me, fellas. Hang on a minute. Okay. I'm gonna try something here. Let them catch up. You gotta be kidding me. Defeated. Now, where this absolutely does get challenging, fellas, is trying to figure out a strategy here, because, you know, again, as you guys have been, if you get for anybody that's been following the whole entire DZPalomino network on YouTube, pretty much going down with this particular game and how this game is particularly designed, I guess the strategies that can probably work, but that doesn't make it perfect. One strategy that you can try is dogfighting, go as high as you can, hide in plain sight, and then pretty much when your teammates and then the enemies they clash together, and then you can come down and then pow 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 pow, pow and then just lay it out across on the machine guns. That's one strategy. Another one, when you find yourself in a situation where you're on the losing side of things, you can pretty much retreat, turn around, and stick as low to the ground as you can without crashing, and hope that the other guys that are tailing you, at least one of them crash, so you have some advantage somewhere. Alrighty, folks. So we'll move on to Team Dogfight. Kind of pick up the pace a bit. And then now you have strategy number 3, which pretty much, you turn around, do the same thing as strategy number 2, and you pretty much go to the edge of the map as much as you can. You autopilot, and because you're reaching the end of the map, and pretty much the enemy planes that are following your tail, they have to follow suit because they're going to the edge of the map as well too. But let me know what you guys think about that one. It's like, because some people may call that cheating, or cheating the system. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay. I don't know if you guys saw that about a minute ago. That should have been a head-on collision with one of the enemy planes. Alright, that's going to be a victory. Alright. So far, I'm not liking this where the P-26 is going. It is just, to me, a poorly equipped aircraft. Alright, so we will continue to put the the P-26 to the test, and we'll move on to Domination. Let's go, let's go, let's go. As we move on to domination, guys, it's not all about the kills like deathmatch. It's about more or less domination, or how else to put it, King of the Hill style kind of game. You know, just dominate as many places as possible. Okay, it looks like the enemy team is all preoccupied over there where... oh, man. Try to hide in plain sight and get really high with the altitude. All right, victory. Alrighty, guys. And we move on to the final, the Domination Ace. Away we go. So far, I'm just not a big fan of this model right now, the 26A. Because right now, every single attempt that we tackle in each scenario, it's like a hit or miss, and a lot of the times it's a miss. Victory. Whew. Alright, one final attempt, and we are going to call it from here. And if you guys are wondering, what is the difference between Domination and Domination Ace? Well, Domination, you have the aim assist available. Ace, you don't. You're 100% on your own as far as hitting your targets. Okay, my propeller's hit. Reloading. Scratch one. Alright, another victory. Well, alrighty guys, that pretty much wraps up for this very first playlist episode. pretty much putting the P-26A to the test. I think I'm gonna have to say that this is one big flop. It's, to me at least, presuming that the information in this game is accurate. P-26 is what I would find to be a poorly equipped aircraft. It's just every single attempt that I put this aircraft to the test, again, hit or miss. Most of the time it's just a miss, and it's just like, you got to get super creative as far as trying to come up with any strategies that you can try to think of, just like I already mentioned, and you pretty much just go from there. But yeah, that's, I guess you could say, a somewhat of an interesting test on the P-26A. With that being said, folks, I'm your host, DZPalomino. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to support, and depending on where things go, let's see if we can make another episode, put another aircraft to the test, a World War II aircraft. I'm your host, DZPalomino, and I will see you guys in the next Dogfight.